Welcome to the Energy Hour Podcast. Get ready, because it's loud, funny, and we're ready to shake things up. You know, the guys started this journey as renewable energy experts since 1993, by the way, thinking they were just here to save the planet, hug the trees, and protect the whales. But guess what? They dug deeper, and this rabbit hole opened up a whole new world. Now they talk about everything: home improvements, real estate, house flipping, and just life in general, bringing you not only the latest on solar and renewable energy, but also inside tips from house flipping gurus, real estate investors, tax experts, Airbnb pros, and so much more. It costs you nothing to tune in, but ignoring them? Well, that could cost you big time in missed opportunities. Blowing the whistle, spilling the beans, and giving you the real scoop on everything from solar panels to flipping homes, tax liens to mobile homes. The Energy Hour Podcast. And now, here's your hosts, Christopher Moss, Robert Mozikowski, and Steven Laserson.
What's going on, Southern California? My name is Christopher Moss, and I am your host at the Energy Hour Podcast. Thanks for joining me. Now, today, I had somebody give me a phone call. We were talking about certain things, and he's a realtor, right? And this realtor has a few properties, and he's, probably bought them cash throughout his years. He's got a lot of things on his plate, and, he's got a couple of kids in college and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of bills. He's got a lot of things he's got to pay attention to, right? Because as you know, life is very fast. So that being said, this realtor is doing the best that he can with what he's got, and he sells houses and everything else. And we were having a little discussion today, and the topic of, let me just say something like tax liens and house flipping. Which is the best? And, I do both, right? So one of the things that I did mention to him is, what are your goals? Is your goal to go out and collect a bunch of money and put it in the bank somewhere? Of course, who isn't, right? But what are your serious goals? Are you going to do that? Or are you going to buy and hold? And what I mean by that is, buy and hold is actually buying a property, you finance the property, and you get a loan on the property, you get somebody to rent the property, and hopefully it covers your mortgage. Because in a mortgage, as you already know, has what they call PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, right? So if you get a mortgage, whatever the amount is, the mortgage is going to want to have that property insured. So you got to consider everything. Will the amount of money you're going to rent for in that area, and you look at the comps, is that enough money to cover your note? And before you do that, you want to remember this, and I don't know if he thought about this or not, but if you're going to get into the buy and hold the rental market, you want to have at least 4 to 6 months income in the hopper. Why is that? Well, let's just say something happens. Something strategically just goes bonkers. For example, you got somebody that's rented your property, especially in California, hint, hint, right? You got somebody who goes into your property, property gets in trouble, something happens to the homeowner, you're trying to evict them. All these things can cost you time. So as far as I'm concerned, 6 months is okay, but is it really enough? I'm just saying, right? So the buy and hold market is good if you're a rich guy or a guy with a lot of money and you don't mind, hanging out just in case something catastrophic happens, right? And you got to have insurance on the home. If you don't, there's going to be issues, and you have to get the right insurance. You just can't buy the property, get it insured, then rent it out. You got to get the right insurance that covers for renters. So if you're in the buy and hold market, you got to really, really strategically put this in place. And normally when you get into that type of market, you've already got a year's worth of money saved up, and then you have the money to put down at least 50%. That's just my opinion. You can put down 30%. Some banks will finance you. Some banks won't finance you. But if you put down 50% and then you rent it out for whatever the comps are in the area, and be reasonable. Don't go crazy, right? Cover the mortgage payment, and make sure it's PITI, so you don't have to worry about paying taxes or insurance later. Hello? Because you can get stuck into that bind and then have a problem. Or you can just have the full mortgage under PITI, do an auto debit. Your money comes in from your management company, and you do want to have this house managed by a company, right? Because you want to be able to have eviction rights. You want to have them make sure the place is clean, specifically if it's in another state. Hint, hint. You following me? Okay, good. So the buy and hold market is strategically set up for specific types of people. It might not be you in the beginning, but eventually, if you start young and you follow directions and you visit me at the House Flipping Academy and you learn it a little bit, with what I know now at 63, if you're getting into the house flipping business or you want to look for different strategies and you're 22, 25, 30, you got half a brain and a heartbeat and you're not stupid, you're pretty smart, well, that's where you want to go to, right? Eventually, you want to have a buy and hold strategy. And all that does is increase the equity in the properties and it's passive income. I say this over and over and over until I am just, red in the face. Passive income is what makes you survive and retire early or just survive, right? So passive income will always be good for you. So the buy and hold market is for a specific type of person. And that's what my realtor has. He's got 3 houses, he's got money coming in. He probably pays the taxes himself and maybe some other stuff. But the reality is, if he's got a hiccup with any one of these realtors, he really doesn't have the money to, I'm hoping that he's done it right. But as far as I'm concerned, there's a glitch in that, that thought process that went into place. He can always fix it, but now he's mortgaged out. He's got to pay for a couple of colleges, all these things, and it makes it difficult after a while. So the buy and hold market is very specific. You have to be dedicated to it, and it can be part of that passive income wheel, but that's not where you want to start to get all the money you need to do all the other things. Okay, so let's talk about number 2. The house flipping business is not too bad. It's really good. You can buy them at auctions. You can go, you have a private bank that has a book of business they're trying to sell. You can buy it wholesale. But remember this, in most cases, you don't get the opportunity to look inside the house. You don't get to see anything. And if you go to the House Flipping Academy, you'll see the video afterwards, the advertisement. Go there and click on House Flipping Academy at the upper right-hand corner, and you'll see in some of these pictures that I've taken personally, those are some of the houses we have bought and sold and flipped and made a profit. But anyways, back to my thought is that if you're going to do the house flipping business, or you're going to buy a book of business from somebody, if you have enough money, that is, you don't really get to see the properties prior of anything. Does that make sense? Not really, but it's the nature of the game. So do you actually do it or you don't do it? You're not going to get in the buy and hold market for a while, unless you're going to do one and done, or maybe buy your first house, rent out a room, but that's going to take you forever. Just listen. So the house flipping business, back to my thought, is that you can acquire properties through auctions. And I know a bunch of auctions that are really, really going to be good for you. So, just be safe on who you choose and in particulars, the ins and outs of that business, right? What do you got to do? How do you do it? What forms do you need? Is it already completed? Did you bring your cashier's checks? There's a lot of things you got to think about. And of course, I explained that to you in the House Flipping Academy. I make your life a lot easier because we're doing it, right? So, and just remember, in house flipping, when you go to an auction, you got to have the cash in cashier's checks right then and there when you win the bid. Prior to your bidding, by the way, they're going to look at your cashier's checks and they're going to say, okay, 100, 200, 300, and they'll list how much you can bid for. So if you brought $300,000 with you and you bid for something that was over 300 and you don't have the money in your pocket at the time, you're not going to be able to get the property, and they're going to relist it and bid it that same day. So you're wasting your time and their time. So if you're going to do it, be serious. And I'm not just saying this because I'm saying it. You want to have anywhere between $400,000 and $1 million, especially in the California market. Hello, right? I mean, you can go to Highland Park right now, and there are some houses that are 1,000 square feet worth $1.2 million. Of course, this is on the local market. It's already what's actually there, but it's, you know, there. I mean, it is what it is. It's at $1.2 million, and you brought $800,000 to the game. I don't think you're going to get it, right? A guy like me that's walking around with $2 million, I may have a better chance, or I may not bid on it at all because I did a little background on it, right? So remember, when you join the House Flipping Academy, there are some special tools that you get to use as part of your subscription. And I don't sell House Flipping Academy subscriptions on a monthly basis. It's on an annual basis, and it's not cheap. So if you're seriously looking into that, getting into the house flipping business, if you got $5,000 and ask me a question, you want to learn all this stuff, it's not enough. So you got to bring more skin to the game, right? We can talk about it. I mean, there are things that we can work out. And like I told my real estate friend today, is that, listen, if everybody comes to the table and eats, it's success. If only one person comes to the table and doesn't eat and the other one wins, it's not a success, right? Does that make sense to you? So, you know, you have to have these things in mind. You got to have the reciprocation. And I teach you all about that. And I keep you safe and when you join the House Flipping Academy. But, you know, be prepared to write me a nice check because I'm going to teach you everything from start to finish. And you're going to go to the auctions with me and you're going to watch the action occur. And if you want to, I can junior partner with you on a property. We can figure something out. We can get it. We can do the ARV. And by the way, I'm a general contractor. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, I own a company called Quality Home Improvement, Inc., and it's one of the advertisements here at the end. And I actually have all the repair stuff in play, all the subcontractors that are licensed. So when we do the ARV, it's after repair value, when we assess that, and this should be done prior to the auction. Does that make sense? You don't just want to show up at an auction and say, oh, I'll take house number 3 because it looks pretty. No, don't do that. We want to do property checks. We want to do background checks. We want to check the title, make sure it's clear. We don't have any liens or encumbrances on the title. We want to make sure there's no hidden agenda or bumps in the road after you win the auction. Because here's the serious part. If you go to an auction and you win the house, you're like, yes, yeah, I finally did something right, man. I'm going to be rich. You could have just bought a house that you don't know that was built pre-1976. And again, when you join me in the House Flipping Academy, I'll explain all this to you. And now you got to do some sewage updates. You have, some pipe issues. You have some asbestos. You got some problems, right? You could spend $100,000 correcting these liens. Oh, by the way, and if you bought a property that's part of an HOA and the guy that was there hasn't paid the HOA in a year, you could have $10,000 in HOA fees before they can clean this title. Do you get it? You can do all this work. Let's just say you got it. Oh, I saved $100,000 because it's worth $100,000 more in the market. to find out you can spend $100,000, have no extra money in the market, and now you got to sell it and you're going to lose, I don't know, 5% of the gross? That's not good business, right? So again, if you're getting into this business, you want to go to the House Flipping Academy. Well, you'll see it in the ad. I can't tell you now. It's just, it's one of those things. But the house flipping business is phenomenal if you know what to do. Don't be driving around a bus with some of these yahoos. Oh, look, I'm going to take you to Hollywood and we're going to go up on the hill there and I'm going to teach you how to house flip. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Do it right the first time. Go to the House Flipping Academy, click on the upper right-hand corner, look at some of the videos, and then call me, right? Call me directly. You're not going to have to go through some gatekeeper or a secretary that doesn't know her, whatever from the hole in the ground. You're not going to do all that. I'm going to show you everything from start to finish, right? That's exactly what we're going to do. So that being said, house flipping is great if you know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, trust me, you're going to learn real fast. You're going to be broke. You're going to go bankrupt and a lot of other things. Your credit's going to go down to zero. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities that can happen if you're not paying attention. And I'm going to show you how to pay attention because there's nothing better to learn from somebody that's actually doing it for a living. That's me and my posse, I call them, right? So if you really want to do something, you want to create some passive income, flipping houses is absolutely the best thing on the planet, except for what I'm about to tell you. Okay, number 3, tax liens. What are they? Well, we got 50 states in the United States. The states that you don't want to do tax liens is California, Las Vegas, Texas. I don't like Texas at all. But there is one favorite state of mine that I love so much, right? That you can make a bundle of money in a short period of time, right? So let's just go back to where you did a house flip. Let's say you got the house, it takes long to get on the market and you got to sell it and your profit, I don't know. Let's just say, for example, one of the profits I made, $80,000. Not too bad, right? Some of you work your entire year and you don't make $80,000 after taxes, right? Because I know where to put the tax money so I don't have to pay taxes on it, right? So anyways, that being said, there are some positives with that. So in the tax lien business, I'm going to show you how to look at the properties. We're going to get the sheriff's lists, hint, hint. We're going to go to the database. We're going to research the assessor parcel number, the APN, and we're going to find out what's going on with the taxes. Now, remember, on a piece of property, there's two things. There's two things you got to be aware of. There is a bank note or no bank note. There could be a house or no house, right? Either way is okay. But if you can get a taxed lien on a property, let's just say 2 acres, where we go, a couple of acres, and for cheap, right? And I'm talking cheap. How about $2,000? How about $5,000? How about $10,000 on this 2-acre property? And it's beautiful. It actually has all the utilities brought to it. And in some cases there's not, but I'll teach you how to do that as well. I'll get you over that hurdle. And wow, you're looking at this tax lien and you're going, what? There happens to be $1 million house on the property. And when you look at the property itself, you've got the taxes owed on the property and you got the house if there's a house. And what if the house is paid for? Wow, hang on a second here. Not that this is cool, but it happens. Mr. Jones died at 85. He lived in this $1 million property. He has 2 acres and he's gone now. He doesn't have siblings. And the state that I'm talking about, if you don't pay your taxes, you go right to tax lien. Yeah, you go right to tax lien. And the great thing about that is I'm going to know about it and I'm going to buy that property. And if you don't pay me back, you're going to lose the property. I'm going to foreclose on the entire property. And I don't have to deal with the bank either. The bank goes bye-bye. Even if there was a mortgage on the property, this house, for $200,000, and the bank doesn't come to that auction and bid against me to try to save that property, guess what? Sayonara, bank, you're out. Because whatever's on the property is king, right? So if you bid on this property and you win the land, the tax lien, hello, the property belongs to you. And just for some reason, let's just say this, you got $1 million property, you're kind of keeping it quiet. You just won for $10,000, $12,000. And here's the cool thing. Let's just say that you won. The owner has a year to come back and pay you whatever that amount you paid the county plus 20%. Huh? 20%? Where on this planet today can you get a return of 20%? Listen to this. All you hard money lenders out there, give me a call. Trust me, go to the House Flipping Academy. Wait till the end of this video. Call me, and I'll give you 10% per year on any amount of money you give me. It's pretty good, right? So anyways, I can take whatever money I have, win the property, and if this person goes back to the county courthouse and they go, hey, I want to reclaim my property, they got to pay whatever I paid plus 20%. Where are you going to get that on the planet anywhere? Nowhere, right? CDs, even a hard money lender, there's nobody that's going to pay you 20% for that property. Am I right? Or any amount of money. Banks can't do it. Nobody can do it. I can do it. So check this out. If the person doesn't go to the county within 12 months, I get my foreclosure attorney on the line and I say, we got to foreclose on this property. So what they'll do is they'll do all the paperwork. I pay him his fee and the property becomes mine in a tax deed, and whatever's on the property belongs to me. All banks, all firsts, seconds, thirds, liens, and encumbrances on that property are completely wiped away. Gone. And now I've got $1 million property because I looked it up in Zillow. Oh my God, houses are selling in this area for $1 million. Well, I only paid $12,000 for it. Pretty good increase, right? So I paid $12,000 and now I have this giant property, and it happens to be, where I'm talking about. It's 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 8,000 square feet on 2 acres next to a lake. Where can you buy that in California? You can't. You can't even buy some shack in Los Angeles County for $1.2 million with 1,000 square feet, right? So anyways, back to the tax lien. I am now going to take that opportunity to one of my realtors in this state, and I'm not going to sell it for $1 million. I'm going to blow it out for $750,000. I'm going to make the advertisement on this say, ultimate house, you got 8,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, blah, 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 on a lake for $750,000. Buy now. Anybody in the state that I'm going to go to, trust me when I say this, if it's under market, they're going to want to buy that property. Hello? They're going to want to buy that property. $750,000? Me as the buyer, the first thing I say is, well, holy crap, I made $250,000 in equity. Yay, honey. Let's go buy it. Right? And why not? Your loss is my gain. So as far as I'm concerned, the tax lien business costs you less money to get involved with. I have a friend that does life insurance and stuff like that. And next week, we're going to talk about this same thing because he wants to supplement what he's doing. And I'm going to teach him everything about the tax lien business from start to finish. And when I go out to this specific state in April or May, I'm going to take a really cool drive there. We're going to get our stuff. We got our laptop. got our internet. We're going to look at these. We're going to strategize, and we're going to pounce. I'm going to probably buy 4 or 5 properties that have houses on them in hopes that they don't get paid back, right? And even if they do, let's just say I bought 5 houses and it cost me $10,000 each property. Times 2 is what? They're going to pay me $10,000 in 12 months. In 12 months' time, I'm going to get all that money back that I paid plus another $10,000. Let me think about that for a minute. That's not too bad. Wow, Chris is a genius. No, I just happened to work hard and find out these things, right? And now I can show you. So today we talked about, house flipping. We talked about tax liens. We talked about other things and strategies for houses. And as far as I'm concerned, the tax lien is really number one, because now I want to get into the buy and hold strategy, or I want to have more money for my house flipping business. Hint, hint. Are you following me here, Bob? Okay. So I'm going to take that $700,000, and instead of paying taxes on it, I'm going to put it into one of my insurance investments, maybe into an annuity, pre-tax. Who cares, right? I'm going to stick it somewhere so I start building my passive income portfolio. Hint, hint. Are you following me? And I'm going to take that money to the auction, and I'm going to get one of those houses. I'm going to fix it up, and I'm going to buy and hold because I own the house free and clear. This property happens to be in X state, and I'm going to make $2,000, $2,500 a month for the rest of my life. Here's your goal. Your goal is to have passive income of $10,000 a month. And what I mean by that is money coming in, guaranteed. Guaranteed money coming in all the time. I've got several myself, right? All the time. I don't have to worry about all these things that everybody else is worrying about, like this realtor friend of mine. He's got 2 kids in college. I mean, he's a great guy. He's doing what he can as a father, but he went the wrong direction. So hopefully he's going to come to the table, and we're going to have a reciprocation going on. He's going to learn how to eat from the table, and I'm going to show him some things, and I'm going to change his life in another direction. But if you're thinking about getting into the house flipping business, please do so. You want to get into the tax lien business? Absolutely. You want to get into the buy and hold strategy. Those are 3 things on the planet you want to do. Forget this major, whatever you're going to get, this diploma, your bachelor degree, your master's, your doctorate. Hey, the smartest guys on the planet went and got C's and D's in class, and all they did was hire the guys that had A's and a master's degree. You follow me? As much as you may not like him, Musk is that guy, right? He's done a couple of things. He's not stupid. And, he strategized, right? I don't know if you know this. He used to sleep in his office. He didn't have a house, but he had one of those 24-hour fitness things. So every other day he went out and took a shower somewhere, and then he came back to work, and he worked at it, and he developed himself, right? Love him or not, he's one of the richest men on the planet today. It may be on paper, but he's got a lot more paper than you and I. Does that make sense? So buy and hold strategies is probably your 3rd option. House flipping is your 2nd option. Tax liens is where you want to be. Get all these other tax liens, man. And, you might get lucky and get a couple of houses on the property. You could sell it, put some money away, get yourself a fancy car, go to the auction, buy a house. Or you can go to a builder like we did, hint, hint, had some extra money, and in this specific state, 4 houses at a time. Boom, 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 boom. Cash, 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 cash. A 50% mortgage. The money that's coming in pays for the mortgage, and there's a little trickle of passive income from each home. Not too bad, right? So, and if you already own a home, I can show you how to instantly get into the flipping and the tax lien business. If you don't own a home, you're renting somewhere, you have an apartment and all this other stuff. Hey, knowledge is power, isn't it? Wouldn't that be great? Because I don't know everybody, but some people know other people that have the money, that have parents, they have friends, they got friends with money, but they don't know what to do with it. Wow, I'm going to show them what to do and make money. And it helps you along the way. Hint, hint. So anyways, I'm just rambling. The buy and hold strategy, as far as I'm concerned, is number 3 on my list. The house flipping business is number 2. The tax lien is number 1. Because remember, the tax lien business fuels to start other passive income streams, starts the house flipping business, or you can just jump right in, buy a couple of houses in the states that I'll tell you, get that passive income coming in, own the properties. Here's the greatest thing about real estate, right? Here's the greatest thing about real estate. If you don't make it and you're struggling and you got all these other things you got to worry about, how about this? Sell a property, do a 1031 exchange, and buy the last property you want to buy, right? Let it pay for your castle, and then take advantage of the taxes on that parcel. Because in some states, hint, hint, you don't have to pay property taxes. What? No way. I never thought about that. Yeah, I can teach you and show you all of that. So as far as I'm concerned, you want to learn the right way, watch this ending credits, and it's called the House Flipping Academy. Check it out. Go to the website, click on House Flipping Academy at the top. Call me. Let's work something out. I'll give you my non-disclosure, non-circumvent, whole harmless agreements. I'm going to make sure this is a legitimate opportunity for you and for me. Let's take care of the money, get it out of the way, and I can show you how to get the money to get it out of the way. And let's start learning about what I already know, right? And let me help you start to create your serious passive income. None of this other crap that you see on LinkedIn and Instagram and whatever else that's out there. There are just a lot of these influencer, 28-year-old influencer. Really? Or a coach? Jesus, man. I don't know. People are ripping people off all the time. So the reality is, if you want to get into this business, if you want to do it correctly, if you don't want to keep starving, man, and you really want to do something with your life, start thinking about passive income. Let me show you the business that I'm in, the house flipping, the buy and hold, the tax lien business. Even if you're a general contractor, a plumber, whatever it is, and you have a lot of money you want to hide and you want to do it the right way, let me show you the right vehicle to put it into. I'm just saying, right? My name is Christopher Moss. It is Thursday. I don't even know what today is. Anyways, I got a lot on my mind. Thursday, probably the 13th. And this is the House Flipping Academy. I appreciate you watching, and more to follow, right? Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully you'll go to that little credit, go to the website, click on House Flipping Academy, contact me personally, right? Let's get you situated, and let's not worry about the future, because your future, as far as I'm concerned, my friend, is spot on. Okay? Take care. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.
This has been the Energy Hour Podcast. If it's home improvements, real estate, house flipping, or just life in general, we're talking about it. It's our passion. And between Christopher, Robert, and Steven, they're your secret sauce to get you to the next level and beyond. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit the website at QHIinc.com/TEO. And we'll catch you next time on the Energy Hour Podcast.
Capture the joyful magic of the holiday season with Virtual Santa. Virtual Santa is a high-definition projection effect that walks, waves, laughs, eats cookies, and puts presents under the tree. From outside, it's so real, you swear Santa's in your house. Virtual Santa, originally seen on ABC's The Great Christmas Light Fight. You can choose from traditional Virtual Santa or new African American Santa. Holiday effects include Virtual Santa, Mrs. Claus, Santa's Workshop with Christmas elves, and so much more. Buy one effect or a bundle. Available in HD DVD, digital download, or USB flash drive. Also available in LED projection bundles. For a winning Christmas display that will delight your neighbors young and old, visit us at virtualsanta.com and become known as the house where Santa lives. Virtual Santa, where holiday spirit begins.
Welcome to Drone 9. Located in Upland, California, Drone 9 specializes in drone cinematography for the following industries that are looking for that perfect shot or video: construction, infrastructure, and project management. Sell better, residential and commercial real estate. Construction survey, see what you haven't seen before. Events and weddings, get that perfect shot when it matters most. Tourism, resort, golf, attraction, destination marketing. For more information, visit them on the internet at drone9.net. That's DRONE 9.net. Drone9.net. Great cinematography.
Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to Holiday Projection, your ultimate online destination for all things Christmas.
And Halloween. Whether you're looking for LED projector bundles, digital downloads, USB flash drives, or spine-chilling Halloween sound effects, we've got you covered.
Our one-stop shop brings together the magic of Christmas
And the thrill of Halloween.
so you can easily find your favorite holiday effects in one place.
Don't wait. Start shopping now.
Visit us online at holidayprojection.com. Ho, 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 ho.
Welcome to the House Flipping Academy. Learn how to flip houses from start to finish. Tired of being broke working for someone else? If so, then the House Flipping Academy was made for you. Learn more at cmycinc.com. The House Flipping Academy. Your future is just one house flip away.
There are thousands of podcasts out there that talk about home improvement, real estate, flipping houses, taxes, Airbnb pros, but none have the expertise of the Energy Hour podcast. We want to invite you over to the show. It doesn't cost you anything to tune in, but not coming over and being part of our family could cost you big time and missed opportunities. You'll get the very latest on solar and renewable energy, plus all the inside tips from house flipping gurus, real estate investors, tax experts, and Airbnb pros. Come join your hosts, Christopher, Robert, and Steven, on the Energy Hour podcast. Find us on all the major podcast platforms. Visit the website at qhiinc.com/TEO.